I was reading this book called Musicophilia, and it's all about how music affects your brain, and there's a story in it about this guy named Tony Cicoria. He was 42 years old, and in 1994, he got struck by lightning, and 2 months later, he just has this urge to listen to piano music, and this urge to listen to piano music turns into the urge to play piano music, and then he wants to compose piano music. He would wake up with just music in his head that he couldn't describe. Tony had had piano lessons when he was little, but he never felt the urge to practice, or he didn't love the piano. But for whatever reason, 2 months after being struck by lightning, this urge to play piano, he loved doing it. And he became a pretty good piano player, and this story kind of blew him up, and people know about him because he's the lightning man that plays piano. In a way, he got addicted to playing the piano. Before work, he would be practicing piano, and then right after work, he would be practicing piano. And just to show how much of a difference this was in his life, his wife divorced him because of this big change in his life, because he wasn't a musical guy, but now it's all he did, and his wife just didn't want to put up with that. This got me questioning whether or not you can get addicted to music, and some people think that music and drugs aren't that different in what it does to your mind in addiction. Now, one thing about the addiction to music rather than drugs is there's no negative impact on the addiction to music, but there is negative impacts on addiction to drugs. Some people will spend lots and lots of money on good speakers and good headphones, and I know some of my best friends have done that. I do that. Music is important. You want to hear what it sounds like really well. Just like people will spend lots and lots of money on good systems to listen to their music with, they'll also spend lots of money going to concerts. There was a group called the Grateful Dead, and they had this insane following called the Deadheads, and they spent lots of money and lots of their time just following the band around, going to every single concert. And this paid off for the Grateful Dead because they're now worth $30–40 million each because of how successful they were. In a way, the Deadheads would uproot their lives just to follow the Grateful Dead all around the country. And while there definitely was drug addiction going on in the 60s and 70s while they were touring all over the place, I do think that music addiction was the main reason they were there. Now, I don't know anything like that in present day where people will just uproot their lives and follow a band every single place they go. I know people are crazy about One Direction and all those other popular bands, but I don't think they follow them everywhere they go. But one thing that is similar, if I look around at my college, I can definitely tell there's so many people listening to music all the time. I'm a music major, so I see a lot of people listening to music, probably more than regular, but even if I go into a dorm or go into a cafeteria, there's people with earbuds in, and it's just all they do, listen to music all day long. And I want you to comment down below, do you consider yourself addicted to music? And if you do or don't, how often do you listen to music? How many hours a day? I would say, since I'm a music major, I listen to music a whole lot. 3 hours a day for tuba, an hour and a half a day for concert band, and then whatever else I do with music that day, I could go and listen to even more music on my free time. I definitely think I'm addicted to music. It's just something that I need in my life, just like Tony Cicoria needed in his life. He decided to make life musical and become a great piano player just because of this urge. And that's the question of the video. Did lightning make Tony Cicoria a better player? It absolutely didn't, but it gave him the urge to want to get better. And that's the big thing. You have to want to get better. There's nothing different about Tony Cicoria and you. He just acted on it. For whatever reason, his lightning bolt made him act on it. If you want to know why Tony's brain worked the way it did, read the book Musicophilia. I didn't want to take anything away from the author. I just kind of wanted to use this story as like a jumping point to talk about music addiction. So Tony Cicoria makes life musical, I make life musical, and I hope you will too. I'll see you in the next video.